Hello, feel the thrill here. How you guys doing today? It's the cold day. It's I think tomorrow's a colder day, but today's the one of the cold days. One of the two. One of the two cold days in Texas. Okay. It's in the teens. Brr. That's how you troll a Canadian. It's in the freaking teens out here. What the? Uh, anyways, I want to do a follow up on basically what I'm calling the sister video of this one. I believe I entitled, I'm going off memory, I believe I entitled Werewolf is for Unicorns or something like that. I mean, the implication is that it is my opinion that to have a fun, for me to have a fun 4D Werewolf the Apocalypse game, I suppose it would apply to any other game with like a deep setting or whatever. You need 4D players with a complete knowledge of the setting of Werewolf of the Apocalypse. And I can say with certainty now that that is total crap. It's not real. GM Cody, Mr. Max, and Deborah and Crispy. Those guys are the unicorns. I'm sure Mr. Max will be pleased to hear that he's a unicorn. But they fucking help me run what is the best game I've ever ran or been a part of. I think. I like to be hyperbolic a little bit, so. But those guys, like, they changed the way that I game master forever. They're total badasses. Really appreciate them very much. And for graciously accepting to join my game. Our game, right? But join the game that I was organizing, whatever. I'm sorry to say that we are not going to be continuing it. It's, I guess it got a little too hot. Got a little too hot. Evil wins. I don't know. I guess in a way it is, you know? I'm not trying to say anybody is evil. But anger, that shit will fuck you up. It fucks me up. You know, if you got anger issues and someone is taking shots at you, that's a hard thing to deal with. It's a hard thing to forgive without giving in. I know I've been struggling with it myself. That's my kid. What's up? All right. But I'm sad that the game's ending. But I'm certainly not sad that it happened. It's kind of like this mentality of I'm trying to teach my daughter. And every time she leaves the park, she cries. It's the worst thing ever in the whole world. Her day's ruined. How dare I? I say, Ruby, you said the best damn time of your life. I saw you. How can you possibly be sad right now? And that's me. I don't have a lot of friends in reality. I moved around a lot in my life, and I'm not good at long distance. It's got like maybe 3 real world friends that I still keep in contact with. One of them has moved away. Another one is far away. And when I say real world, I mean not someone that I know exclusively on the internet. And even people I know exclusively on the internet. I didn't have a lot of friends before I joined this little weird corner, before I found y'all. And I can count myself very blessed. I found a lot of really freaking cool people and great role players. And I found a lot of really cool people that are just okay role players. That's an opinion. It's a subjective thing. It's okay. I love everybody. I harbor no animosity to anybody. You gotta forgive people before they even know they did anything to you. You know what I mean? Who cares? I'm gonna have the best games of my life this year. I'm excited. Oh, she back. Anyways, realized I didn't really talk about what I wanted to talk about, which was the game. The biggest issue that I thought I had, and I wish I could go back and fix it, because we're not going back, right? But the biggest issue I had was I felt like Mr. Max's character didn't get the spotlight in the last game. There were like times when he was like meeting those sept elders, where he was like bucking up against them and stuff. That was awesome. That was awesome. He pretty much did that with like every NPC that I introduced, so that's good. Crispy, I felt a lot like it was like Crispy's game almost. GM Cody is Crispy's gonna make his voice heard because that's the type of player he is, and he will get his word out. GM Cody's super interesting guy. Like mutant power is interesting to me, anyways. And he'll get heard, but it was like Max's mic was a little quieter, and English is a second language, and so there might be a little bit of a language barrier there that's giving me like subconscious issues, and I'm totally saying it's my fault, that this is something I should correct, because it is my fault. And I think that if I would have stuck to the round robin, the plan going in was have a round robin style at all times. So even outside of comic, can you imagine? There wasn't even there was, well, it was common. There was like one claw thrown that found Max. But yeah, sticking to that round robin, I think, would have resolved a lot of those, almost every issue I had in that game. So I got to be real strict with it. How do you be strict with the social contract policy without breaking immersion? That's interesting. I guess just correct. You got to correct until it works. I'm kind of going to, so whenever I try to train anything, whenever I try to fix something, I overcorrect. I will go past where I think I should go initially. So I will overcorrect and then see, because when you overcorrect, you go over the target. You're going to hit that target. And not only that, you're going to see how far away you are from that target. Now, this is a metaphor. So I'm trying to like apply it, something that I do with darts, to like everything. So like if I throw a dart and I'm like, oh, I'm a little too far to the left. Well, I'm not going to be too far to the left this time. Throw it to the right. They go, okay, well, go left again. That's how I try and fix things. The idea of 4D role playing for me is maybe not even the same as these other 4D players, and I don't care. I'm making it my own. I'm on my own journey, As long as you're on a journey of improvement, as far as I'm concerned, you're welcome. As long as you think you can do better. That's step one. 4D role playing. If you are a person that says, I've been doing this for 45, 75 years and I'm the best, you might be the best. That might be true. But you probably take offense to people saying that something is the best. Kind of going off the rails here. I don't want to do that anymore. So my point is, we're inclusive. Anyone's welcome to try, come in, as long as you kind of recognize that you want to be better. You should try to improve. Looking at the hobby as something that we're trying to pursue mastery of. I say it a lot. I don't know if I say it a lot in my videos, but that's how I view it. Your pursuit of mastery is what gives you enjoyment in a hobby, in my opinion. Otherwise, you're playing a game. It is a game. But sometimes it can be a hobby. And if it's a hobby, like painting, then there's fun to be had. There's enjoyment to be had. There's utility to be found in the pursuit of getting better at it. And that's really what 4D is about. I'm trying to be a 3D player, and there's a lot of people out there that when they hear these levels put out in our dossiers or whatever, and they say, well, I'm obviously a 3D player, I do this all the time. Good. No one's saying you're not. At least I'm not. We're just, the point of it originally, I think it was born out of Mr. Max's. Mr. Max has this desire to create like a lexicon of terms so that we can have a shorthand when we're talking about concepts, right? That's what we're trying to do. I'm trying to achieve this, the style play, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm like starting like 7 thoughts and not finishing a single one of them because I don't prepare. I don't prep anymore. Anyways, it's all good. We just think there's certain things can be improved upon. There are best practices. If you do something in one way, maybe there's a better way to do it. Another one of those goals to it all, I think, is, and once again, this is me. This isn't, this isn't Rick. This isn't Chris. This is what I view as kind of the purpose. This is what I'm trying to get out of it. I'm trying to milk these guys to get something out of it, to make myself better in the way that I view it's better. See? I have an idea as to what's the best. Pretty closely aligned to what these guys think. And you know what? I don't even know what the best is. But I'm willing to see what their best is. You know what I mean? I am willing to see what you think the best is. Because that's interesting. Opinions are interesting. Anyways, what I am trying to do with it all is the reason I keep leaving the hobby, and I said this on Shauner's stream last night, is that I got sick of my GMs not letting me be cool. I want to be a cool character. I want to play a cool character. I'm not saying rule of cool. I'm not into rule of cool. I think I'm leaning more into rule of cool while I establish like my narrative chops. And I think I'm going to lean more into real rules. I think I'm just kind of okay with bringing in breaks to get established results. I am more interested in doing that, I think, now than I am interested in progressing action as quickly as possible. But everything else be damned. Sorry, Sean. I think I like rules. Now, there's rule sets that are good at that are better at it. Like Traveler is quick, 2d6, sometimes contested rolls. Freaking easy as hell. Quickly resolving things. And it's 2d6. Who doesn't love rolling 2d6? Holy crap. Everyone knows the odds of 2d6. Or at least gamers should, right? If you're the best, you know. If you're shit, then you don't know. All right. So, what I'm trying to say is, the player knows how to make their character cool. It is up to the player to decide if their character is cool. It's not up to the GM. The player decides if they're cool or not. It's the opposite of reality. But I guess it's not. Whatever, who cares? The player decides if they're happy with how cool their character is. So it should be up to the player to narrate the action that their character is doing. Do you already do this? Great. I agree with you. It's important. Do you not do this? Okay. Try it out. You're not a terrible person. Give it a shot. What do you say? I got sick. I don't think GMs should try and be the coolest person at the table. A GM that's putting on a show is not going to make a game I want to play in. NPCs should not be cooler than PCs. Now, obviously, you have your arch villain. He's the closest. He gets the closest. He might be slightly cooler. Like, throw a little envy in there once in a while in the big bad, sure. But NPCs should be powerful yet adversarial, or skillful but lazy. Things like that, like useful but annoying. You know what I mean? Like, they shouldn't be as relatable as a player character. And if you're giving your NPCs the last word all the time, and your PCs are going to be like, okay, I guess I'm an idiot. You got me, I'm an idiot. You're right. That plan was shitty. That NPC's plan was better. Ooh, you were right to question whether or not that was a good idea. GM, you're so much smarter than my character. Who is that for? Who is that for? That's for the GM. That's for the GM's ego. You're putting on a presentation. Anyways. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Stay warm. Hope it wasn't too rambly. God bless, my friends. Take it.